Now you're listening to Fantastic Formosa with John Abrams in Taipei. Hi, this is Fantastic Formosa with John Abrams and...
Hello, I'm Jacey. Nice to meet you again.
I love having you on this show.
Me too.
Okay. Well, what'd you do this weekend?
I spent some time with my family. Usually that's all my weekend do. I like to be with my family watching TV, watching Taiwanese drama, and we talk about what happens, you know, what kind of story behind the drama. And I think that's interesting part because through all those conversation, discussion, we can share our opinions.
Yeah.
And that's more like a media for us to communicate or interact with each other.
Is this news or is it what we call soap opera stuff or what is it?
News? What do you mean news?
Are you listening to a news program or something and discussing it, or do you listen to or watch a movie?
Watching movie.
Okay.
Yes. Usually sometimes we watch news and talk about that, but you know, news it's kind of burden heavy topic. But
yes.
sometimes dramas, movies, they are more relaxing and more spaces that we can discuss.
Great. So you just like to talk about these things? Are they Western movies or are they Taiwan movies? What are they?
Taiwan's movies and we family, we don't know why we love K movies.
Okay, Korea, right?
Yeah, Korea, K movies, K dramas, and we always talk about the different cultures between Korea and Taiwan, even though we're in the same area. I mean Asia,
Right.
but it's different.
Way different.
Yeah, it's way different, but something similar. So it still have some connections, not unlike Taiwan and the USA. It's totally different part, a different world. So it's hard to find the connection.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
The Koreans produce some very passionate
Yes.
soap operas.
Yeah.
My wife and her friends are always watching these, and I go, you know, they don't look Taiwanese. She goes, they're Korean. And I said, why don't you watch Taiwan soap operas? She goes, oh, no, they're boring. This is passion. You know?
Yes. I don't know why, but sometimes I would like to support a Taiwan drama, Taiwan's movie, but sometimes it gets me disappointed.
Well, I lived in Korea for a while, and they're very interesting people, and they're very, well, you know, it snows in the winter. I think that's what makes them different, personality-wise.
Yes.
Yeah. I love Korean food, too. Oh, my gosh. Korean barbecue is really
Yes.
good, you know.
So usually what we will do is so we have like Korean chicken, fried chicken and beer.
Pijo.
Yeah, pijo. And with Korean dramas. And that made me feel like, oh, we're just stay in the Korean. And we don't know, is it really for Korean to do that? But the drama shows that most Koreans like fried chicken with beer.
Yes, I lived there for a while, and have you ever tried soju?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's a
great.
very unusual alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, Korea was too cold for me. So
Too cold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of America, so I don't want. It's too cold. Go south.
Right.
Taiwan.
Right. So even though we love Korean dramas or Korean shows, for me, I don't want to go travel there.
Why? gosh.
I think that's different. Different. As your wife said, Korean dramas are passion.
Yeah, passionate.
It's
Yeah.
passionate and
A lot of emotion.
yes. So I can't imagine living there or staying there. I think it's. Sometimes I feel like, what kind of society that creates this kind of dramas? So stressful. Despite romantic drama,
Right.
there's a lot of talking about conspiracy,
Conspiracy is very popular there.
crime,
Yeah. Crime
and very psychiatric.
They like, psychological drama.
Yes,
you know?
yeah. And I don't know how come, what kind of society is that?
Well, they have a long history of intrigue. So I think it's a very fascinating history, and I enjoy. I don't want to get involved with them when they argue, but I like listening to them squabble and argue and passionately argue about something very small. But it was too cold for me, so I did a runner. I came down here. So sounds great. Well, this weekend I spent an evening with my family, and we watched a TV program, and it was an American program, and we went to a Japanese restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had barbecue. It was really nice, and I had 2 big bottles of Taiwan beer, Taiwan Picho.
Wow.
And that was when I first arrived. That was really the only beer I could afford. But it tastes really good, actually. And then after that, the kids were very tired, thank God, and they went to sleep right away and showered.
What do you think Taiwan's beer? Because sometimes sometimes I go to the U.S. and friends of mine ask me to bring some Taiwanese beer, and I said, "Is it popular?"
Is it?
Is it?
In America?
Yes.
I don't think, except for maybe California or something. Maybe when you got a large population. Your friends in America, are they Taiwanese?
No.
Oh. How strange.
Yeah, maybe that's all they can imagine if they are trying to ask me to bring something for them. Maybe Taiwanese beer.
Can you get that in the airport? Can you bring it? How do you take it?
Yes, we can bring. I think alcohol is allowed.
But you got to put it in your
I think glass.
Luggage.
Yeah.
That you
glass
check.
Bottle. I don't know. Yeah, I don't actually bring any.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to take something like Galleon.
Oh, yes.
Which is a very powerful alcoholic drink, almost gasoline. Oh my gosh. It's clear. It's made in Jinmen, right?
Yes, Jinmen or Mazu. Mazu is better, I think.
Mazu is better. I can't tell the difference between gasolines. You just take a little small cup, and usually you throw it back like in your mouth, and you can feel your nostrils open up, and you're in, you can feel your ears pop, and my God, yeah. So very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
And very flammable.
So do your wife's family love drinking?
No, my wife likes to drink red wine. Maybe a glass before she goes to bed. And a lot of people give us bottles of wine. I don't know why. Taiwanese love to share. I think they get passed around. People give them to you, and then you give it to somebody else, and you just end up.
It's a present.
It's kind of like
that politeness.
Yeah, it is. It's very Taiwanese. So when I first got here in Taiwan, people would give me bottles of whiskey, and then I would give them away. So I started thinking, I'm going to mark the bottom of the bottles with a little red white dot, like a white out. And it took a couple of years, but I got one of the bottles back from somebody else.
Wow.
But they don't give whiskey away anymore. They used to do it very often. Yeah. So
I think it depends. Yeah, it depends on who are you going to give. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was really common when I got here in 1997. It was shockingly, I had a corner in my office that was full of whiskey and beer.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know what to do with all of it. And galleon with different shit. Some of them were decorative bottles.
Yes.
Oh my God, the dragons are really beautiful.
Right.
And I wasn't going to drink that. It's a gift.
You can drain it all and just keep the bottle.
Yeah. But you have to break that red seal on top of the bottle. And
right.
then you're like, oh, it's been broken. So I think I gave one of the really nice ones to my security guard downstairs.
Oh, wow.
And he just freaked out.
Right. It's a very precious gift.
Oh, my God. Yeah. He's like, oh, my God, this is the best stuff. Oh, this is beautiful, I thought, well, then I thought maybe I don't have to pay the security fee this month. But no, I had to pay the security fee. But I would bring stuff back when I went on military exercises sometimes. And one time I got a chicken.
Oh, wow.
A whole chicken. The entire thing dead, but it was plucked, no feathers, and it had the head and the feet and everything. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a special chicken made somewhere in Taiwan, and they gave it to everybody, and I had this chicken in a sealed bag, so it could look at you. I go, I'm not
weird.
What am I going to do with this thing? I don't have an oven. I don't really know what to do with it. So I gave it to the security guard downstairs.
Again.
And once again, he went nuts. He's like, oh my God, this is like a famous chicken company, and this is special. And I go, I thought he would hug me. I like, oh no, that's fine. It's yours. Please take it. You've been so nice to me. I said, but the truth was I didn't know what to do with it.
It doesn't matter because that's Taiwanese style. Sometimes we just receive the gift and then we don't know how to do that, so we give someone else.
Yeah. He seemed like he was going to take it home right there and have his wife cook it up for him. So I had mentioned it to my wife as well, and she was angry because she said that was a special company.
Oh.
So I made a mistake there, I guess. So now I bring everything to her so that she can manage it. And,
wow. She's your boss.
She's she's clearly in charge. She micromanages, we call it. Micromanages my entire life.
Wow.
But as I get older, I think, well, maybe I do need a little bit of management. Then I think, no, yes, no. And then I change my mind. And she gets angry when I drink too much Pijo, Taiwan beer.
Wow.
Yeah. But I once a month, go out with the boys.
Yes.
In America, we tell our wives we go to the bowling alley. It was a Wednesday night, bowling alley night. The wives always say, oh, bowling, okay. Why are you leaving without your bowling ball, though? Oh, yeah, I forgot.
So in Taiwan, what kind of place you been, with your boys?
My friends?
Yeah.
The boys, yeah. To go drinking with the boys. My buddies. Well, they come and go. Friends, from America or Canada or UK or Australia, they come here and they work for a short time. I have very few friends that I've known more than 20 years. Very few. Maybe 5 or 6 tops. And they're too old to really enjoy themselves like we used to. Normally we go to something called an expatriate bar. which is called expat.
Expat.
Yeah, expat, P-A-T.
Oh, expat.
E-X-P-A-T, yeah. And that's an expatriate, and that's a foreigner that lives in your country. An expatriate American, an expat Brit, an expat Aussie, Australian, right? So they have bars here that are popular, well, basically catering to the foreigners. And they know that we drink a different kind of beer and different stuff. And the bartender and the waitresses are often more alert to our particular behavior. So,
Okay.
so yes, I think most of them are closed now that I used to go to, all gone. But I go to a few, yeah. But the wife doesn't like it. So.
I thought you would like more Taiwanese go to 热炒店.
What is that?
Fried, hot fried restaurant.
Hot fried restaurant.
Like
Is this a beer garden?
No, it's not a beer gardens, but most Taiwanese go there having dinner with their friends, like round table with some dishes, meals, and there's refrigerators over there and beers, bottles.
Yes, that was like the Japanese restaurant where there's a refrigerator with glass.
Yes.
And you just take what you want out and drink
Yes.
it, and they count it on the. They just come around and write it down on the menu or on the bill. Yes, that's what we did the other night. And so yeah, no, foreigners like to get loud. And laugh loudly and, maybe use bad language. And we argue about sports. And that's a very popular, easy way to get to know foreigners if you want to talk about sports. That's the best way to do it, particularly football. What we Americans call soccer, which is very popular now. If you follow any teams, you can easily talk to foreigners about their favorite teams or, their opinions. And that's a great way to make friends. Yeah. Strongly recommend it as a tactic, way to meet people.
Just like baseball.
Baseball's another
in
one.
Taiwan.
Baseball is absolutely. I'm sure there are Taiwanese that like certain American teams, right? And Americans here don't really know the local teams. We don't understand. You have a different system here. We don't quite understand it.
It's okay.
Sometimes you bring up these horns and blow into these strange horns. We don't do that in America.
Yeah.
Usually we yell at the baseball player and call him bad names.
Oh.
Yeah, horrible things. Do they do that here? Do they use bad language at these games?
No, I don't think so.
You're so polite. You take the fun out of it.
Yeah, but I think our baseball game are very crowded, and sometimes we have some girls dancing.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yes,
yeah.
And people go watching baseball game not only for the game.
Yeah. I saw some of those, and I was very impressed. That's a relatively new thing, right? Cheerleaders.
I think it's from the originate from Japan or Korea. I don't know. Yeah,
okay.
They all have cheerleader girls.
I don't think they have them in America.
No, you don't.
Not for baseball.
No.
Basketball, yes. Football. But particularly American football. Oh my God, yeah. And it's a big deal to be a cheerleader on one of these teams. And they compete.
Yes.
Oh my God. I think the most famous cheerleading team in America is the Dallas Cowboys in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yes. They used to put out a calendar. So that's a basic. I was an American football guy. I like to watch them hit each other and, run with a ball. And, back in the good old days when they used grass, and open air. It would snow on the football field, and
Mm.
it was funny because they'd fall down, slip, and just craziness on the field.
Mm.
But today it's all inside, and I don't know. It just
Mm.
takes the fun out of it. But I played a little bit of football and basketball when I was in not college, but junior high.
Mm.
I didn't pursue it later. I was too busy on the farm. Yeah,
Mm.
working. And so, what sports did you play growing up?
No,
Nothing?
I'm not the outdoor. I'm not a sports person. Totally not.
So you spent your time in the library.
You can say that. Yeah,
Okay.
especially in Taiwan's education system. I used to do what is that word? I'm not sure. Go. It's not jog for racing. What is that word?
Jock?
Go jogging.
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 Jogging. Oh, yes.
But it's for high speed.
Is it marathon running?
No, marathon. It's like 100 meters.
Oh, it's a 100-meter dash.
Dash.
We call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I used to be like a team in that team.
Okay.
But since I've been junior high, my life goal was at that time. My life goal was get into a great senior high school,
Oh, good.
and
oh,
then
yes.
I've been a very good senior high.
Mm-hmm.
My life goal was get into a great college. So there's
Okay.
no time for me at that time to do any sports. So all my life was I spent time to spend time studying.
Well, that's very normal here, though.
Yes.
Isn't it? Everyone wants to get into a great high school.
Great high school, great college. I
right.
don't know now, but apparently,
I think it's still pretty serious.
yes.
The Japanese do the same system, right?
Mhm.
They have to test into a good high
Japanese
school.
and Korean.
Yeah, in America, you don't test to get into the best high school. It's just you just go to the next high school. The high school's for everybody.
Yeah.
So here it's a very competitive system.
Yes.
I was told once that the average Taiwan high school degree was equal to an American college degree.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's definitely true now.
But the U.S. postgraduate school is very high level.
Postgraduate, yeah. If you're going to go into engineering or the sciences in the U.S., computer technology, whatever, yeah, then it's serious. But there are a lot of what we call, if you get a master's degree, for example, in something like sociology, there's going to be no job for you.
Oh, wow.
You will work in McDonald's or one of the Starbucks. It's very normal to see a Starbucks employee that has a master's degree in something that he can't use.
Yeah. So especially currently, I'm trying to seek for another job. So when I search on the job bank, so there's a lot of job offer, but it requires me to have certain master degree or a certain college. So that's why when you transfer back, we need to study very hard to get into that college. Maybe at that time we didn't think too much, but at this age,
Yeah.
when I seek all those job offer, I can realize why our parents ask us to study harder. Because those are requirements, and if you want to get higher pay, you need to study all those certain major.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to have a skill set,
Right.
we call it, in America. Yeah, that's a big issue in America now because so many kids today get degrees that are useless. And we always lecture kids about getting degrees that will not pay for your college loan. and that's a big problem. But they're young and they're naive and they're hopeful
Right.
and they want to, they love college because it's fun. And then they get out of school and their friends are gone and it's, oh my gosh, reality time.
Reality time.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's a problem in America. They don't have any pragmatic or practical skills. They can't change a tire on a car, for example. They get frustrated and they quit too quickly. So they have attention deficit disorder, we call it.
So that's one of my curiosity because you were raised in the United States.
Yes.
You got into that education system,
Mm.
and then but you got married here. You have kids here. Your kids are in the Taiwan's education system. Is that like culture shock for you?
Well, I think that I'm happier that they are in school here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But don't you think it's too competitive here?
A little bit for them, but they're I think I'm doing the smart thing, because in America they don't challenge kids to do better. I took my children back about 3 years ago for elementary school for one semester. And it was in the autumn. It was very beautiful in the countryside. Small elementary school, but very, professional. And my two sons went to the math class first day. And the teacher...
Too easy for them.
Yes, the teacher gave them 20 minutes to do this math test. They finished it in 5.
Wow.
And then they raised their hands, and the teacher thought maybe they wanted to go to the bathroom or something. And she goes, yes, can we go out and play now? We're done. And all the other students turned around and looked at them like, oh my God.
You're a genius.
Well, no, they're not geniuses, but...
I mean, they think they're genius.
Yeah, they definitely my God. It was kind of like, wake them up too. Those the American kids have realized that they're way behind everyone. So, yeah, that was a good experience. But some of it I didn't like, of course. The junior highs are not so good in America. That's where a lot of kids become, they go through puberty, they call it, where they become adults. They're not mature adults, but they go through the stages of becoming.
Yes.
And their hormones,
yes,
going crazy. And so they don't know how to behave in that world, and they make problems for themselves and others. And,
but even in Taiwan, we still have that kind of situation. Junior high school students, they get crazy hormones doing something, crime. If you notice current news.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, that's not a good situation.
But you don't have guns in Taiwan. We have guns.
So
easy access to weapons, and that's not good. Gives a kid that's going through puberty access to a high caliber military rifle, and he walks into the school with it. He's angry at the bully or the girlfriend that left him or something.
So in that situation, are you told? Were you told to protect yourself during junior high?
They're doing that now.
Okay.
We didn't do it when I was a kid. We actually had a rifle club in my high school. And we brought our rifles to school. Now, we had to put them in special bags, but yeah, it was normal. We had a rifle club. We did target practice nearby woods, and we do competition around the state, and not a problem, 0. But this generation, no. Primarily because the divorces in America are so bad. And parents come from divorced parents now, and their parents were divorced. When I was a kid, my parents did get divorced later, but I still had this large network of family members, aunts, uncles, grandparents, great grandparents, even great great grandparents were still around.
Wow.
So I had this network, and that was easy to control me. That was much better for them to all sort of behave, or you're in trouble. But then the next generation, they lost access to that greater network because next generation, they got married and divorced. They might have had the grandparents help raise the kids. Now we have a generation of people that don't even know their grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. So that's pretty bad. I have feelings that if this doesn't change in America, we're going to begin seeing more violence and more drug abuse. There is just no way that we can continue behaving like this. It's destroying families, generational families. People are lost. They don't know their identity.
Mm-hmm.
It's very common in America for people to blame their parents for everything. But it's much harder to do that if you don't know your parents.
So you took your boys go to the U.S. for 1 semester elementary school.
Right.
Were you trying to give them the experience?
Yes.
Just only for that purpose?
That was what we call a socialization. So that they would feel that they had never seen Amish. Amish farmers, they don't drive cars. They ride around in horse-driven buggies in America. I don't know if you ever heard of these folks. They dress in the old style. Right, and I don't know what the word for Amish is, but everything is manpower. It's not batteries, no radio, no TV. They live and they're very efficient and very muscular labor. And very religious, and they speak a slightly different language, but they also dress very conservatively. The women will wear. I'll tell you what happened. We were at a store. It was Halloween, and my kids are elementary school. All right, and they're excited it's Halloween, and some women came in, Amish women, and they were wearing black. Amish traditional winter clothing with these little white veil things over the top of the hood. Now, I can see why they thought they were witches. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at clothes and they said, whoop, whoop hole, witch. And I go, maybe they saw a decoration, maybe they, who knows. They started running. Mm-hmm. And I looked over my shoulder and I saw the Amish woman. Mm-hmm. And I go, no. And I started chasing them, no. Slowly, trying to grab them before they got to these poor women. Because the Amish women have no idea that these kids are from Taiwan and don't speak English very well. And they do in the winter, they do have that winter dress. It does make them look like the old Salem witches, this witch trial style dress. So they have horses that do all the work. They're 19th century, and they live among us. They have farms around us, and we went to high school with their kids. They go to high school, and when they turn 18, they're allowed to make a choice: either become Amish or continue becoming religious, or you can leave the community and go in a different direction. And some decide to go to the military and leave the Amish community because they don't want to be that serious about that. And they do very well in the world because they had all those experiences with animals and working with the earth and working with their hands and fixing things. And when they join, let's say, a military, they do very well. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, I was terrified. I managed to grab my children before they got to them. And I said, boys, these are not witches. Let's move over here. And they didn't notice. Thank God they did not notice. About 10 feet away from these women. So that would have been very, very embarrassing, and I would have had to apologize for That's kind of a fun story. I wish you knew what Amish were.
I think I need to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Chinese word for this. They do look like the old pilgrims from the old days.
Amish.
Yeah, Chinese. A-M-I-S-H. Amish.
A-M-I-S-H.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
What is that in Chinese?
孟诺教派.
Okay.
I think it's a religion.
It's a religion, yes. Oh, yeah, it's a religion, yeah.
Yes, it's religions.
Yeah, and they have arranged marriages. They have, traditions. They get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start work.
Mm-hmm.
They go to bed when the sun goes down,
Mm.
because they don't use electricity. So if they go to bed when the sun goes down at 6:37, they get up at 5 or 6, maybe 4 o'clock.
I have to admit that I don't know much about those religions, because in Taiwan our religions are very pure and it's easy to understand.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's too much, I think, question related but not questions religions. And I think that's complicated.
Yeah, you don't have what we call dogma. Dogma are rules in religion. And in the West, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, they have a lot of rules.
Right.
And they say, and if you break the rules, you're in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Too many rules, I think.
But if you're Buddhist here, Confucian, right? Confucian and Buddhist and Taoist.
Tao,
right?
But there's, I think, not so many rules.
But you can go to a Taoist temple and pray, right? And then go to a Buddhist temple and pray.
Yes, of course. Sometimes I don't even know this temple is Buddhist or Tao, because they set different gods, at different floor.
Right.
I mean, at the top is the Buddhist, and the first floor maybe Tao. So
really,
they're combinations.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's not. I think for most general Taiwanese, we believe we can accept all these different religions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In America, we had, we burned witches 300 years ago. Probably was not a good thing. But now in America, we have witchcraft. It's called Wicca, and women join these groups. And it's a Mother Earth religion. So they base their holidays on lunar calendars. So there's very small groups of these people, but beyond that, not much more. Some people do, some young women do it just because it's fun in the beginning, and they get tired of it.
I'm really curious about your kids. What do they think of the life in the American? But I think maybe we can talk about in the next episode.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So this is, we're closing up. If you enjoy the program, please send a question to our address here, P.O. Box 1700, North Gate Post Office, Taipei 10099, or you can email it to Lili, that's Lily, Lili 329 at ms45.hinet, hinet.net, N-E-T. This is Fantastic Formosa with John Abrams and
Jacey,
and we look forward to seeing you during the next episode or hearing from you.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Here. Right here. The red.
I think, no.
Right here.
Stop.